Well, I went back in time and I got my hair. Steelers Nation Australia headband. We'll get you some like high socks. We'll get you some like these shorts.
Hey,
well, you're standing up.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's like balls of fury.
So when JJ52 says, will Ray Gun make the 53? No, she's cut.
If you're not going to take Ray Gun, I know a place in Western Pennsylvania where she'll fit right in. Right at the cookie table at a wedding.
She could be my second string long
Call her
snapper.
Dr. Boogie or her Dr. Get Down and tell her she has a PhD Get Down. Like, play the music,
You know what? If she'd had some bling, and looked like LL Cool J and I'm gonna knock you out, she might have won.
Alrighty, Steeler Nation, welcome. Wait a minute. We're 1 hour early. My bad.
It's okay.
My bad. I meant to make it. What time is it there now for you guys? What, 8 p.m.?
Oh, 8:02.
Yeah, so I meant to make it 8 p.m., but technically I made it 9 p.m. So welcome to the show. We have 4 people here. There may be no one turning up, but if you are here, welcome to Steelers Dynasty Podcast.
Well, they're going to miss a
Bubba
great
and Shane.
show. If they're going to miss a great show because we got a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about. And also, welcome to Steelers Nation Australia. Shano, how are you, mate? You look warmer than I do.
Well, I was warm, so I came out of the face and I saw you're all cozy. I either want a spoon with you or get a coat.
Yeah, it's cold here, right, at the moment. It's like 50? I don't know.
50. Yeah, it's dropped. It's real cold at 50.
Bubba, that's short sweater for you, right?
Oh my God, yeah, I'm good until
let me double check because you guys do everything
10 degrees.
fucking backwards in USA. What is
50's
it?
fall weather. I think it's right now 70. It's been hot, like
Now
it's hot and
54.
rainy.
It's 54. Is that cold for you guys over there?
It's 76 right now. It's overcast.
So it feels cold for me, 54. Because we don't have like
Fall.
central heating, so
It's football weather.
football weather, yeah.
Football weather.
Yeah, let's go. How are you, Bubba? What's going on, mate?
Oh, just living a dream. Got that wrestling show done, and then I'm just a tired old man. I'm not as young as I used to be. You know what I mean? So it takes me a couple days to recover. So I've been looking at Steelers stuff, and I didn't know what the heck. I don't have any clue what's going on.
I've got one question and one question only. Did Rhino gore Shane?
No, he did not gore Shane. He did gore somebody, but it was hot. It was hot that day too.
So he wasn't like Shane wasn't like, at the wrestling table, getting a coffee or something, talking to someone, and then he's gore,
Nope. I didn't announce. I was a backup guy. I was like a pivot guy. Wherever Bubba needed me, I was there. And at the end, the only thing I did is take down chairs, the ring apron, and bungees, and then I bounced.
Yeah, cool. So no gores for Shane. I did see I saw the one match. I fast forwarded to Rhino because I just want to see Rhino, to be honest. No offense to the other wrestlers.
No, that's okay.
But I was like, I want to see what he's doing. He's a little bit slower than I thought. Age catch up to everyone, but still gave the good gore near the end. They went into the crowd as well, and they started hitting each other with chairs and stuff like that, and chopping. And I thought it was a pretty good match, pretty good show. So everything went well, Bubba, for the.
It went okay. It could have been a little better. It was very, very hot, but we overcome it. That was my last show for the year. One show a year for me. I can't. Me and my wife physically can't take it. So you
need some runners. You need some people to run for you.
I need young people to
set up.
Set up and tear down. I can't do it all, and it's just.
So the wrestlers don't set up and tear down.
Some of them do, but no, I don't count on a lot of them. And if I count on any of them, I would be in trouble.
Back in the day, would they do that? Would wrestlers wrestle then tear up, set up?
I think so, especially if they had a training school. If they were training, that was part of the paying their dues. I mean, I always had to do it. I mean, I'm the promoter, and I had to put it together and tear it down and undo it. And it just I had to take a day off. Tammy had to take a day off, so we're no spring chickens anymore. You know what I mean? Like it.
It was
I think
fun
with
though.
the heat,
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it's good to promote it. And now I don't have anything to do now because my grass is like this high, and then now I'm just waiting for training camp and my birthday now. Like I got nothing to do. I'm just
Speaking
trying
of
to take it easy.
birthdays, we have Reginald Rivers from Bartlett, Tennessee. I think he's put that in before.
Happy birthday!
60 years old today. Been a Steelers fan for 53 years.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Back in the golden era, he became a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if you weren't a
that's
fan before of the Steelers defense, you better be a fan now.
awesome. Well, let's talk about that because that is the one thing that's happening. And we weren't here last week because I had I actually lost my voice. I couldn't speak last week.
We didn't do anything either last week. I got sick. I was tired. I was sick Wednesday. And so, I mean, there was no Steelers stuff at all from either side of the world last week.
Probably a good thing because it's meant to be a quiet time. And right now, you can talk about this for the next probably until training camp, really, because there's a lot happening. If anyone doesn't know, here's the quick news. We had Minka has been traded to the Dolphins. We also got in return for that Jalen Ramsey, and also picked up Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey in a trade. So that happened in all one big day yesterday or the night before. What do you think, Bubba? Just like a quick reaction to that.
I didn't have any. Like I said, I was at Bob's Pizza getting lunch yesterday, and the owner's son, JP, goes, Bubba, we just traded Minka away. I'm like, what? And this is over a slice of pizza. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, this can't be happening. And I had to check it, and it was absolutely right. And I'm like, holy heck. So I'm okay. I think I'm okay with it. I think we got some missing pieces, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it falls in regular season.
What about you, Shane? You're just a quick reaction to what happened with the big trade.
Upgrade. Fitzpatrick played one position. Ramsey is Swiss Army knife, and it's not like he's okay at each position. He can play inside, outside, and when I mean inside, he can play instead of having Beanie Bishop come in and play that slot. He can fill in. He can do what Beanie does. Although, when Beanie's in there, a quarterback looks like, okay, we got Beanie here. But no, if you have Ramsey there, Ramsey can kind of float over, play outside. I mean, it's just it's going to make them a lot more complicated to diagnose and try to figure out what they're going to do. And it covers up some weak spots. I mean, he can play if someone gets hurt. They can move him to outside corner.
Well, wouldn't he be a starter though?
Yeah, he'll be a starter, but I mean,
I think what depends what they want to do, right? In terms of what scheme and what they want to do.
He can even play free safety. He can play free safety. But you got Elliott there is competent and fantastic. I mean, he can rotate everywhere. Also, that's just one guy that I forget the guy's name, but the freaking
Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, he had more receiving yards than Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
The
thing is, as Bubba was saying with Freiermuth, he's number 2. No, this guy is a legitimate, like, catch first skill receiver that happens to be a tight end, but he can play. You put Freiermuth there, and you put what's the guy's name, Smith. You put him on the other end, right there. You're like, okay,
where's Washington go?
Has to match up against this guy that can. He's going to eat up a linebacker in coverage. So it gives you that that little extra edge, especially when you got a gunslinger in Aaron. He'll be able to pick them apart with that talent at tight end. Then you have, DK Metcalf. It's looking pretty good for the Steelers.
So Shane's got it as an upgrade. I'll tell you my experience, what happened with me when I was going to bed at 1 a.m. and I saw the tweet that was the Steelers have traded for Jalen Ramsey. And I was like, you know what? I won't make a video. I'm going to go to sleep. Then like 10 minutes later, my friend texted me Grid from the Detroit Lions Syndicate, Derek. He said, "You need to check this out." And then Minka was also traded. I went, "What the fuck?" Then, then 5 minutes later, it turns out that Jonas Smith was also part of the deal too. Now, I like the fact that Shane said it's an upgrade because it does feel like that. Minka's awesome. We're gonna miss him. He's a great Steeler. He played so well for us.
Right.
But
right.
maybe it's time now that he goes. That the way they've done is he hasn't. Maybe there's nothing more left in the tank. Maybe that Ramsey fits the scheme better because you're right. If they play Benny Bishop in the slot or whatever happens there, they can move Ramsey back to safety. Thornhill can play safety as well, and then Deshaun Elliott, they gave him some money too. This does look like they've improved the secondary by a lot, and also with the secondary. They weren't good 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, right? They were really poor secondary.
Very
and
bad,
now
yeah.
Joey Porter can learn from or learn with Slay. He can learn with Ramsey. And let's hope this works out the way it's going to. But the forgotten elephant in the room is the tight end that is Jonnu Smith. Because if they're 1-1, right? Say Minka's 1-1 and people say, oh, we lost Minka, we got Ramsey. That we're even or just a tad bit higher. They got fucking Jonnu Smith for really nothing then. They got a free tight end to come into the offense, and what Shane's saying too is correct. They're going to play Freiermuth, they're going to play Smith and maybe Washington there. Aaron Rodgers in the black and gold room, Bubby, you said they're going to start throwing the ball quick and fast in a West Coast like offense or whatever with Rodgers.
That's what I read.
So I like the move with that they've brought in Jonnu Smith, and everyone's kind of forgotten about him. The fact he's part of the fucking deal. Like this is pretty good to boost up the offense and like win now mentality. The only part that sucks is that we lost Minka.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, he was a Steeler. He was no trouble. There was no drama. But his productivity was dropping off from the prior years. So, and I know his contract was going to be coming up in 2? So, and this Smith character, almost 900 yards receiving. I mean, there's our number 2, but we still need a number 2 receiver though. We still need. Yes, we do.
All right, let's go right into that. I knew Shane was going to be on the no. I knew you were going to be the yes. I'm also on the no as well. Shane, why don't we need a receiver number 2?
Well, I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay, go down a rabbit hole. Steelers spend 4 years in a row. This will be the 4th year they've spent the most of any NFL team on defense. I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
Okay. Guess who spends more money on offense? The past 4 Super Bowl winners. So does this put the Steelers in Super Bowl contention? I think it does, but the history and the stats tell me different. But I got the feeling that they might be in contention. Now with Smith being the number 2, he's a matchup nightmare for any linebacker. And for probably 60% of the cornerbacks, he's a nightmare. So right there, you got a guy that can it just changes that. And like you said, Mark, we got him for a freaking, Permane Brothers sandwich and $10 in fuel per.
Really for free, because if you're saying Ramsey and Minka swap sides and now Ramsey can play the safety and do just as good a job as Minka did, if not better, then the trade is fucking an absolute steal to get Jonas Smith.
You have Elliott that can play that, and Thornborn or whatever the hell that guy is.
Thornhill. Jawan Thornhill, yeah.
Yeah, Thornhill. They can play that position, okay? And I didn't want to learn that guy's effing name because he was the 3rd guy when we did who were the number 2s. But these guys can play ball. They can play this free safety position. Ramsey can play the free safety position if someone gets hurt. That gives you flexibility. They don't have to worry about if Elliott gets hurt or if your other what's that cat's name they got from who they get there about 6 weeks ago at the cornerback position? He's a starting corner. He's an outside cornerback.
Oh, Slay.
Slay, yeah, Slay. So you got Slay. I mean, it's great news. And Bubba, I hate to say it, brother, but he's the number 2.
I understand that, but also too, if DK goes down with injury, does not play one game, we don't have anybody to step up, and we need to. They still have some money to sign somebody or do whatever.
I think that would happen though with a lot of teams with a really strong receiver. I think at this point they're probably banking on Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin to be very productive. but also the way they went and got another tight end, because Arthur Smith and Jonas Smith have been on the same team now three times, not
Yep.
in a row, but
Yeah.
that's his guy, and he does feed him, and he, if he can be healthy, he will get the ball from Rodgers to you. Like you said, Shane, I saw this in an article as well. They were talking about the Steelers need to take care of the middle linebackers, and if the corners are getting, say they've got really great corners in whatever team, take care of middle linebackers and get the ball to the football to the tight ends. I think it's an upgrade at the tight end position. I don't know where Haywood's going to go in this system, but now they've got three good tight ends, all kind of a bit different too. But if you watch Jonas Smith's tape or highlights last year, he got 88 catches, I think, and 800 yards. That to me is pretty solid. But Bubba, you're saying you think the Steelers still need a receiver number 2 or someone else, or depth?
Still need somebody at the number 2 position just to have it, because you can't be that lucky, and you can't be you want to have more troops on the line. So our tight end department has just raised up now to an A+. Okay. The secondary might have just stayed the same if we would have been grading it, but also too, we have 2 receivers that are primarily special teamers on our roster, and they're not known for catching the ball. So we need somebody that can, also take the heat off of Metcalf if Smith and Freiermuth are not in the lineup at that time. So I just want a number 2. We haven't had a number 2 in 3 years.
I reckon they're banking on, though. I think they're banking more on and I agree with you. I think Scotty Miller and Skowronek are going to be teams. If Scotty Miller might not even make the team, to be honest. He got cut last year as well. Skowronek, I think he'll make the team in terms of running down the field, being the gunner, and he can be your 4th or 5th guy. But they're kind of banking on the Roman Wilson. I think his mentality to be receiver number 2. But this whole thing I find really funny. I'm not trying to pick on you, Bubba, at all. But
no, it's okay.
This whole receiver number 2 thing, I think it really is media driven to a certain point. The Steelers may not even run that style of offense. The way they're grabbing the tight ends, they might be more like a 12 personnel or like a tight ends.
I don't know if it's always media driven, but also the Steelers always had somebody. They had a 1 and 2, for many years. Now with AB, he was always number 1. Everybody else was a number 2, like Wallace or
Juju.
Sanders or Juju. But that was, and that year the Juju was a number 2. Both of them were doing good, so I just think that it's always good to have, and we've had good receivers back going to the 70s when you had, Swan and Stallworth, and then when Swan retired, Stallworth picked up, and then they drafted Louis Lips, and it was Stallworth and Louis.
Let's I'm gonna put this seed in your head. Let's say, Bubba, you're going to training camp and you're going with Shane, and you're out there and you're watching Roman Wilson. You see him do the really good things. You see a nice preseason game where he steps up. Would that help the Steelers offense if Roman Wilson does become that pass catcher to get 50 catches a year or something like that?
He's got to get on. He's got to get on. He's got to get on the field, and we have to see what he can do. He's got to stay on the field. He's got to be healthy, because it's like a Lamborghini in the showcase room. We're looking at it, but how fast does it really go? And does it take the corners good? Not that I can get into a Lamborghini by means, but I'm just saying, if Wilson can catch the balls, play in preseason, and get productivity out of his receiving, I'll be okay with that. But I haven't seen that yet. So everybody's putting it all on stuff that we haven't seen besides his college days and at practice. He hasn't played a game. He hasn't played a whole game all season. So we got to get a couple games under his belt before, we start giving high praises, I think.
It's interesting too, because when you go back to some of the Arthur Smith offenses from the Falcons and stuff like that, or Tennessee, sometime I did a video a few months ago or last year, and there was the number one receiver was like the standout guy getting 70 catches, and his next 2 pass catches were tight ends. So that's the route I think they're going to go. I thought Jonas Smith was going to sign last year, Shane, what do you think about this overall Arthur Smith offense in year 2 with all these players?
I didn't know his dad owned FedEx. I'm still trying.
And he passed.
Still trying to wrap.
Now he does.
Really? Does he really?
the hell are you mucking about with foosball? You can make some real money.
Because he likes to be a coach. He likes to be a coach, and then his
I'll tell
other
you
family members or the whatever.
I think it doesn't matter who you're. Well, just let's see how Aaron handles it. That's the key, because Aaron's a strong personality. I think Arthur Smith. I think he can handle Aaron. I hope. But it's gonna be like Darwin said, it's gonna be tremendous. Darwin Nolan's killing it in the comments. By the way, he said like 4 things that are fantastic. But the fact that they're getting 12, they get 12 picks in next year's draft. I mean, was it the 12th pick? How many picks they get?
I think 12. Yeah, I think so. Something like
They
that.
get 12 total, right?
Yeah.
And if they can get in the top 10, like in the first round, kind of finagle that and get like a guy that's going to bring them into the next 5-10 years as a QB1, watch out. But let's talk a minute for that. What can happen in a half second, right?
A lot.
Half second. A lot. That's the difference of someone being number 1 draft pick, running a 4.5 or a 5 flat, right? That half second, if they can give TJ Watt and Jack Sawyer that extra half a second, you're going to see their numbers go through the roof. You're going to see them getting hands on balls, and I'm not talking about getting handsy in the gay club. I'm talking about getting after it. Okay, they're going to be smacking some quarterbacks, and it's going to change the game. I mean, the defense is going to be to the next level with the defensive personnel they have now. What has prevented that in the past few years? I might be wrong, but I'm thinking it's some cornerback play. Now, Joey Porter's only allowed 1 touchdown last year, but he had a shit ton of penalties. Okay, that doesn't help the Steelers at all. You can give up 1 touchdown, but you can also let them score on you by giving up 14 yards multiple times. So that's a wash. I think Joey Porter stats look better than he actually is, but they got Slay, Ramsey. Elliott's going to be the free safety.
But also too, Shane, you're talking about the safety. The defensive line has to be better than they were last year. And if that defensive line is better, then that whole defense will be able to shut down stuff, because when the Eagles had that the Steelers had the ball 1 time in that half. Right. The Eagles just kept driving, and we couldn't shut them down. We couldn't shut down the Ravens in their run game. If we can shut down the offensive running attack of all these teams that we're facing, then we got something. But if we can't shut anybody down, we still have a problem.
But you got some beef. You got beefcakes now. You got a freaking stout guy up there in the front. That's something. They haven't had a run stopper since God knows how long. They got that now. So you got some pieces of the puzzle. It's just tweaking it, massaging it, and being able to disguise those guys in the backfield. It's going to make it
exactly
difficult.
What Blue Nose says.
Yeah.
All disguise coverage with Porter, Slade, Ramsey, press or zone, and less 1 high cover.
Exactly. Hey, what's Ramsey doing? Where's he lining up? Is he line up inside or outside? I mean, what's going to happen? Was TJ Watt going to come and smack me in the back of my head? I mean, come on, guys. It's going to be exciting.
Well, this will upgrade us. This will upgrade us against Cincinnati in their offense. We just, you know what I mean? Our secondary should be able to compete with Cincinnati's passing attack now. Would you guys think so?
You're saying, Shane, this trade with Minka and Ramsey, it's more leaning on the upgrade side than it is an even side, because many Steelers fans are pissed off. They're not happy about losing Minka. I like Minka, but you're saying it's an upgrade for the team.
Yeah, it's definitely an upgrade. I mean, Minka's a good quality, serviceable safety. Okay, but you have a guy right now that can play free safety, outside, inside cornerback, and he's a run stopper. He plays really good outside contain. And what that means is if they're doing an end around or run out the outside the flat, he turns that running back in. Seen a couple videos of that. I've even seen video where he turned him inside. The guy runs, then catches him from behind. He lays wood too. He's not one of those guys who just can cover. He can lay some wood. I'm not gonna buy the guy's jersey. I strongly discourage that in today's day and age, where
Yeah.
guys are 1
Well,
year
look at Minka. Look at all the Minka fans.
Yeah.
You know. All right, Bubba. So what about this end, Bubba? We've now added to because I'm getting really excited now as well with our defense. Right, we've now added Darius Slay, Super Bowl winner.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Ramsey, Super Bowl winner. Do you think those
Yep.
guys have an impact on the defense to say pretty much let's knuckle down and let's fucking tighten the fuck up and win games?
Yeah, I would hope so. I just see a different persona of the Steelers defense. I just feel that the reason why they do get exhausted is our offense is not up to par and doesn't stay on the field long enough. So this whole new offense with Arthur Smith with Rodgers, if they stay on the field longer, our defense could be rested, and then that is a big bonus for anybody on that Steeler defense. That's a huge big thing, and also that will have a lot of it to affect on the game as the game goes on, that the Steelers defense is not winded.
Love it. You said you got a hot take here with the trade, Shano. What's going on?
Yeah, real quick. This is the last thing I have to say about the trade.
Well, you got some pictures that we gotta
No pictures.
no
Now,
pictures.
we got a chat that I don't see all the time. So, Bubba and me are on another channel, Steelers Dynasty podcast. We're about 60 or 70 away from getting monetized. So hit us up.
We're close.
Like and subscribe even if you think we suck. So, anyways, my hot take is this: we did our picks a couple weeks back to fill time. Steelers are going to win 10 games, 9 games, 8 games, whatever. I can tell you this: take this to the bank. I thought that they would lose both games against Baltimore. I would have bet money on it. I guarantee they split that series now that they have the talent they have.
Is that because if they're going to match up well against the receivers and tight ends, like you said, and then the way I'm thinking is then if hopefully they sign we'll talk about what in a minute, but they know how to play Lamar Jackson. They won't make the same mistake again.
They got to hit him. They got to hit him and know that they're there. They didn't hit him in that playoff game. They
played the reverse. They normally, yes. I think TJ normally goes fucking Jackson and the other bloke goes a running back. They changed it up, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
It was they let him run around crazy. So yeah, if the coverage is good, then where's Lamar Jackson going to throw the ball? He's not known to be the best thrower of the football, and can get chased down.
They're gonna it's gonna have a bad day. They might even sweep the freaking Ravens. I mean, that would be fantastic. But I know
they match up well against them.
They do.
Yeah, actually,
I think they match up better now. Right. With the Smith signing on offense,
right.
Our offensive components as tight ends, Mark Andrews dropped the ball. His it's in his head now. Cost him a playoff victory. I just don't think they're tight ends. I don't think they might have one good receiver.
Likely's good though. Isaiah Likely, if they can match up against him, maybe they have to would Ramsey shadow him? I don't know if that would make sense if he's in the slot.
We just have to play smart. A good tight end. We just have to play smart and don't let him. Henry's not going to have a year like he had last year.
I knew it. I thought they did. They changed it, right? It was last year in the playoff game. TJ normally goes Jackson, and then the other bloke, Highsmith, goes to run. This is where they changed it, and it fucking was all fucked. That's my expert analysis.
Darwin had a great comment at 8:28 about Ron playing complimentary football. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. You get those big, thick, rugged guys up front that can stop the run. Get a little bit of help there. Gives you a little bit of time. Good coverage. Gives you a little bit of time. That's all the TJ needs is just that extra half a second. Because how many times last year we're like, oh, he was so close, or just something was. I mean,
because he was hell. Because he was hell.
He was hell. But you can't hold that long. You have to take a guy out on a date. Then come on, they're tugging and rubbing and pulling. They're gonna have to call it, or TJ's gonna make it to the quarterback and get himself.
I like as well the bottom part of this where it says Harmon, YA Black, Q Ailey, and Benton. He's from the Patriots, so I think the defensive line is better as well. because there are now bigger fellas up front that can rotate with Cam. There are going to be like 6 guys who rotate in and out, and that with a fresh secondary. Yeah, this could be hopefully be we keep talking about top 5 defense, but now maybe it's more team oriented defense. Well, it's not just TJ, but this has more time for TJ to run around the corner. Let's go Super Bowl right now. I'm getting pumped up.
I said it 2 weeks ago. I mean, I didn't get my jersey yet, but
no one believes in this. No one understands. Like, you've got to talk Pittsburgh Steelers every day or watch it every day to understand what the team is actually doing, how many changes have been made. I saw a tweet the other day or yesterday. It was a 9 starters have been changed. Like, the quarterback's been changed, the running back, the offensive line's now a little bit different.
The receivers,
Pickens gone. Defensive wise, things have changed. So it's really a newer team than it was last year, right? Like, I think we're in the mindset of this could be 2025, could be a run for the playoffs and a chance to win. Now, fellas, the next big topic. And g'day, who's a bearded guy? That's Shane. No, I've got mine because like it's keeping me warm. I don't know whether they're shaving or not.
Because it's 50 over there. Because it's 50.
Cold over here, man. I'm fucking freezing over here.
I hate to see it 25 degrees.
No, wait.
That night,
Mark,
at the
that's not a beard. What you did is you took your manly chest hair and just made yourself a long turtleneck.
Yeah. No, I was there in Pittsburgh for Christmas. It was quite cold. Shane saw me in my shorts. I was freezing.
Yeah, it was a lot colder in that time than 50.
I know, but in Australia, it just feels like it's an iceberg over here. Alrighty, okay. Let's get into this. The next topic I want to talk about is before we do that, actually, Ramsey put this out on Twitter. Number 5, he put a jersey out there, right? But at the same time, there's fucking Cameron Johnson, the punter, has number 5. So I don't know if he's going to be number 5 and then Johnson finds a new number. It seems like the big star players just come over and say, that's my number.
If Johnson makes the team and if it's not Waitman, that is going to be a big battle.
I think, yeah, I don't know, hey, dude.
Your Aussie friend might get picked up by ICE bagging groceries at the Chinese.
He's not allowed to be there. He hasn't got the right card.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ramsey put that out on Twitter, saying number 5. So looks like he's checked in. I'm just keen to see how the bloke plays and this new defense looks.
He's cocky.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely cocky. Runs his mouth a bit too, but we'll see how that. I think Mike Tomlin will have him in. If Mike Tomlin can deal with AB, he can deal with anyone. Alrighty.
True.
So the next topic is this bloke here. Developing news, not breaking news. Developing news. The media is now talking a lot about TJ Watt in terms of the contract and won't he sign. Just one quick answer, Bubba. Will they trade TJ Watt?
I don't know now. Like I'm going to say no, but if they get something sweet on the pot, I don't know, because I didn't think they were going to trade Minka. So and anything is right now. Anything is if they get a number 1 for him. I read we're like Detroit, but I don't think Detroit will give him a number. If they get a number 1 for him and something else, and they don't have to sign that big contract, they have all that money. Like I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because people will have the pitchforks again, and then we fucking wanting to burn me at the stake. But I don't know.
You're not too sure what's gonna happen.
I don't know what they might. If somebody gives them something that they never thought they would ever get, like because they traded Minka.
Darwin, it's like I'm cheating because he's saying what I'm thinking. So thanks again. No, if they're setting it up for a run, they're setting it up to make a run this year for a deep playoff run. Okay, these aren't chess moves to just plan for the future. If you get rid of TJ, you would have done it we've done it a little bit earlier, but you never know. I mean, they're doing some un-Steeler-like things. But I don't think they make all these moves, like Darwin said. They don't make all these moves.
What about if they put the money up there and TJ said that's not enough?
I don't know. I think if they get to 125, I think he signs.
He's got to make more than Myles Garrett.
So I think Shane, I see where Bob's coming from. We're not too sure because it's been what's been happening.
Yeah, I don't know
how can you
anymore.
you can't pick this at the moment, right?
Mm-mm.
Minka gone and the other guys in. However, why would you bring in Ramsey? Why would you bring in Jonas Smith? Why would you bring in DK Metcalf? Why would you bring in Aaron Rodgers for 1 year to then get rid of your best player? Like getting rid of TJ now would be like you're rebuilding for next year, year after, right? Why would you do that? I think they sign him for a 5-year deal, and whatever money it is, it's $1 more than Myles Garrett. So I'm just waiting for them to get it done, but maybe it's like an Aaron Rodgers thing where they have got it done already. And he's under contract, so they're going to do an extension.
But maybe maybe he doesn't play. Maybe he just sits because he's tired of all this trade and all this sign. Maybe he's like, you guys haven't talked to me like you should be, and you're not giving me your full undivided attention. I think I'm just going to sit for. He sits for a couple months. He sits for 5 or 6 weeks.
I reckon it's done before then because history tells us that he didn't do that last time. Last time he went to camp, but he had his arms folded and he watched, and then he got signed. It's not the scenario of like a Trey Hendrickson or someone who's been outwardly trying to bash the team. He said nothing in the media at all. It's only speculation. So I think it gets done, to be honest, in next month. I think they'll sign him for a 5-year contract. But if they were to trade him, I'd be like, why would the Steelers do it now?
How old is he now? 30?
30.
29. How old is he?
29 or 30?
Something like that.
I think he's 30.
So a 4-year deal will be 34 years old. This is his last contract if he does sign with the Steelers. That's it. This is it.
Last contract, then maybe a year or two. Like it would be a Cam. To me, it would be a Cam situation. It would be like Cam hanging on for 1 year, 2 year kind of thing.
What about if they? Okay, TJ does sign, and they still don't win a playoff game, and then he's closer to the end of his career. What does he do?
You just keep playing. What do you mean?
Well,
I'm sure it would annoy him, but
I'm hoping that don't happen this year. I'm hoping we, win 2 games.
To me, as the Steelers organization, you'd be fucking dumb to get rid of your best player. Now I know they got rid of Minka,
30.
but as we just discussed,
29.
that it was an upgrade, or it was a level upgrade. Then we got Jonas Smith. It makes more sense. How many more picks do you need if you get rid of TJ Watt? You're going to have 16, 17, 18 picks for 2027 or 6 or whatever. I think it would be stupid to get rid of your best player and a one-hat player where, look, I know some fans will be out there saying, oh, he hasn't done anything. He can't do this, can't do that. But maybe it's also the scheme too, where they got to figure it out other personnel too. I don't think it's all on TJ. I think TJ, if he's got your leading sucker, he's such a tremendous player. I would be actually the one time if they were to do it, I'd be really mad. I'd be like, man, worse than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, he's now my quarterback. That's my quarterback, right?
I told you.
TJ. Would you be mad, Shane, if they got rid of TJ and he'd be our best chance to win in this year or two?
Wouldn't take me long to get over. It depends on what they get. I mean, if you get yourself in a position where you can leverage that trade, you might not get it initially, but be able to leverage that trade to get the quarterback of the future for the Steelers. 7 days a week and twice on Sunday, I would do it.
Well, this is going to be the highest paid defense, 4 or 5 years in a row, and we still haven't won a goddamn fucking playoff game. I mean, that's fucking bullshit right there. That's ridiculous.
The Eagles and the Rams did not spent like the bottom 10 as far as stats wise on that much of money for their defense. So their defense was in the bottom 10 as far as how much they spent. They won Super Bowls by spending it on offense, and that seems to be the trend for the
Rams. Bounced
5.
back too. They bounced back. I thought they were going to have a bit of a lull, but they didn't. They bounced back and came, and they're a pretty competitive team. So they did it quite well. Unlike the Falcons, who went to the fucking Super Bowl and then they've been non-existent or whatever, so they've kind of bounced back. I'm just hoping that to me, if they can sign the bloke for a deal, get it done, and then all this comes together with the slate and the Ramsey news, Joe Porter, the defense is highest paying, and it then mirrors the other side, which is Aaron Rodgers holding the football, controlling the ball, time possession, and winning games. Right, Bubba? Is that what we want?
Well, yeah, and I think we actually this offseason have been the talk of the town in the NFL. These trades and these situations, last year to this year, I would give it the last 3 seasons, really. It just seems like every year it keeps amping up more. And this year it was more, with, to trade for Metcalf, signing Rodgers. Now it was a big blockbuster trade. The 2 players that we got for Minka, a Pro Bowler, you know what I mean? That was huge. So this year, this offseason has been quite the robust offseason in all of our time. Probably. This is probably the greatest offseason trades and acquisitions that we've had in such a long, long time that I can even remember.
It's Omar Khan, I think, man. Omar Khan has been working now in his role for 3 years. So, and he's been building around the trenches too, in terms of that.
Brian Ruddock to give AA.
Hey, Brian. It's like us, Brian, out there throwing a ball, but he's in a little better shape. But I think he has something to prove, though. Yeah. He's changing his whole dynamics, his personal life. He's married. It's personal. His wife does not want, media. He goes on the Pat McAfee show. It's good. It's good for Steeler fans now because our quarterback is going to be on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday. God only knows.
There'll be articles every time. We'll be discussing what he said every single time.
Yeah. I mean, but I believe he has something to transpire to actually don't go on that kind of note going out that way. Nobody ever wants to go out that way.
He lost 5 games with the Jets. Yep. That was bad. He had bad injuries. So yeah, he does need to bounce back. I'm just glad that now you guys are going to go to training camp. You're going to see him and see Mason Rudolph as well. But I'm just glad that now that's sorted out and the team is finally coming together. We're getting the few missing pieces, and it could be receiver 2, it could be this and that. But the idea now is that Rodgers is our quarterback, and he's going to be our quarterback for at least this year. It's going to be interesting. Any other news you guys had out there?
We just have to be competitive. When we get the ball on offense, we just have to not do 3 and out, and we got to score the first possession that we have because we can't. I think we're 1-90. Oh man, let's not even talk about that.
Wasn't it 30 games in a row or something? We didn't score the first.
Yeah,
something like that. 30-something games in a row. We didn't score the first drive.
Yep. Yeah, it's terrible. So there and then, if you're punting 3 and out, your defense is already getting a lot of more work in the first quarter than it needs to be. If your offense is not putting a nice drive on, scoring some points would be great.
Now I want to ask the chat: are you guys excited about these live watch parties? Because I've been thinking about that lately. That we had a good time doing that. Now we have to determine whether we have a tuned up Bubba or a straight Bubba, because tuned up Bubba, it was kind of hectic there. A lot of F-bombs. A lot
of times when I joined in from my watch party, I'd watch you and I never saw Bubba sit down. It's always, and even at the Pittsburgh bar out,
I'm walking around
standing up.
No, I get into it.
Yeah, I thought you were playing out there. I thought you were an offensive tackle or something out there, running back, fullback.
I can't run like I used to, and I couldn't run when I wanted to. So
you're pretty hyped up, though.
Well, I get that way because, we say it. We were. It all took that. It was that fumble that did it all. That one fumble ruined all our fucking
he
Christmas.
Scores that with what? It's 14-7 or something.
Yeah,
and we're up, and we're having a good time in Baltimore. I thought we had that game, and that wasn't even a playoff game. That was the one before. I was like, I thought we had that. We can tune in around to being how Bubba goes. You guys got what? You guys got any news? Any news around Steelers that you've heard? Besides
before I got in, I saw that they actually ranked the top 30 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era. Okay. And take a guess that 2 of our Steeler quarterbacks are in the top 15.
Well, Terry be up there to be like number 14 or something, yeah?
Terry is 13. Big Ben is 12 in this ranking from all these sports columnists and stuff like that. So, hey, I'll take that. So
Ben could have won 3. He almost won 3 if they beat the Packers.
yeah,
If he wins 3, he's like a
top 10.
Like, yeah, he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Big Ben was an amazing quarterback throughout his whole career. Maybe not the last 2 years, but his whole career he was unbelievable.
Even that last year, he was holding his arm with fucking duct tape and crazy glue. When he was like that shootout he had with the Chargers, and he was bringing them back, but it almost came back, and they almost won. And it was like he was throwing plays in the dirt. You know, you go up here and do a little circle around the swing set, and you know, I'll hit you.
Or Ben,
Huh?
because Bradshaw had rubber bands and holding his arm together too.
Well, that last game, he threw 2 touchdowns, but also too, Bradshaw didn't get to be able to throw the ball until later on in his career. That was more of a running team.
But Bradshaw, this is down a rabbit hole. Didn't Bradshaw sign a docu-series on Netflix about him? They're going to do a documentary about Bradshaw and the Steelers.
Okay. He had a lot of mental health issues, which I did not know. That'll probably come out in that documentary.
Big
Ben has to be near top 15, right, in terms of because he won 2.
That's accurate. I think it's very accurate.
Yeah, it has to
top
be
12, top 13.
Well, he that one season he had like 2 500-yard games. Not too many quarterbacks.
That was unreal, actually.
I know that was.
He had as well back to back. I think it was back to back 6 TD games, so 12 TDs in 2 games versus Colts and versus the Ravens.
Yeah, it was awesome,
unreal, dude.
It was fucking great.
That we haven't seen that for yonks. Imagine that now in our podcast, we'd be like on fire. We'd be like, oh my goodness.
Trying to get 21 points. We're like 21 points.
Yeah.
He's doing 40 deuce, 50 deuce, crazy numbers.
He was wearing because I took a photo of it when I was in Pittsburgh. He wore the Bumblebee jersey, I think, for one of them, but it was the Colts played first, and then he did the next game was 12.
I think they're undefeated with that jersey. I think they're undefeated.
It was NFL record. I think it was for 12 TDs in 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think something like that. Like that's.
You're right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was lighting them
Shana,
up.
any news for you, Shana, around the Steelers?
Yeah, I'm back to the Voice of College Football Thursday. I'm gonna do a show. I just got to find out from Bubba what time we're doing our pick'em. So Bubba and me are doing the Triple B DC Universe pick'em.
Yeah, our top ranked movies in the DC world with cable before 4th of July.
What time you want to do that, Bubba? Is that 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock?
9.
Perfect. So I'm gonna do that show
perfect.
We're going to just talk about what's to come with the West Virginia channel that's on the Voice of College Football.
Did you get a host? Did you get a host?
No, I didn't. I had a guy and he backed out. Remember I told you he saw some.
Oh, yeah. He saw our podcast and he backed out.
We're not professional. No
way. He said that?
His response, like the English grammar was shitty. Like okay, you're
Does he have a podcast though?
What's that?
Does he have a podcast?
He's on stuff, but he's just,
I would love to see him rate my podcast. I'd fucking tear him a new one if he told me if I was doing the wrong thing.
He didn't say anything negative.
Okay. All right.
He just didn't want to deal with what we were spewing out.
Yeah, we're just too. I think we're too fast paced. We're off the.
Podcasts don't need to be in this style of form. It doesn't need to be like professional in that sense. We're fucking fans.
No, it's about community, and that's exactly what this is. I just want to talk to fans. Hell, we're going to talk about Thursday. West Virginia has a retro uniform that I think sucks. I mean, why do you want to do a retro uniform for when you were like 4 and 5? It was your record. You want a uniform that is basically taking you back to when you're your most dominant. So with the Steelers going with the the font that was the same as the 70s with the sharp edge number 5s, and the numerals look different. That's a good look because it goes back to your tradition when you were powerhouses. So yeah.
Looks like Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah, that looks
was
terrible.
cool. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, and especially with the helmet, I'm not a big fan. But
Was it a gold helmet or was it like a brownie gold helmet?
Like bronzy gold. But they're going to have for the regular uniform. How the trend was the matte helmet, like the not very shiny finish. West Virginia was doing it. It looked like shit. They're going back to the glossy navy blue helmet. I mean, we're going to talk about that and about, some of the games on the schedule and just shit like that. We're not going to get into the X's and O's because the team rotates.
We never do on any sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't. It's too crazy to get into the. It's like we're playing Madden. We're better off playing Madden football.
Even Madden's too hard. The playbook the high school kids have is like that thick, and you're like this. I mean, it's like they need Rosetta Stone. It's like learning a fucking language.
Going back to your helmet conversation, do you guys remember this really shit helmet?
Oh, well, I remember that's a shitty team. I've never liked the Jaguars. I've never liked that fucking team ever.
When they came out and they had the two-tone helmet, it just did not work at all, did it? It was like
I hate Mark
USA
Brunell.
Army style, whatever. It was fucking terrible.
I was at the one playoff game when fucking Gerard that one quarterback we lost in the playoff game. The Jacksonville.
They had a number for a while, I think. Jaguars had a number for a while.
Mm-hmm.
In 2000.
And then that was the turning point was when we lost. We had the triple Bs and it was 42-45 against fucking.
Guess who was on that team? Ramsey was on that team.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure he was.
Well,
I think that was his rookie year. Yeah, I think.
That was the we haven't been right since.
I'm pretty sure that Ramsey in the comments. Please let me know he was on the team when they got beat down by Blake Bortles. And yeah.
That was a quarterback. Yeah, that fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jaguars lead the series. They lead us 15-13. Mm-hmm. They've had our number.
Thursday nights and Sunday nights we couldn't beat them because they had Mark Brunell. We could never beat fucking Mark Brunell. And then the what was the running back? Drones Drew.
Yeah, he was good though. He was good.
Yeah.
45-42.
That was terrible.
Playoff.
Terrible.
We were down by 28-7 at the 28-14 at halftime.
Yeah, it was a shell shocking like I've never seen.
Isn't it funny how there's certain teams that they have your number,
Well,
yeah.
But that sucks. And that sucks too because they play shitty against everybody else.
Yeah, he was there. Jalen Ramsey was there. He was in that playoff game. He had 4 tackles.
Wow. Yeah. So I did not know that. That's Ramsey, his rookie year.
And Miles Jack too. Miles Jack.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Miles Jack's now.
Shane, this your cousin? You got him all pumped up. Hey, here we go. Steelers going Super Bowl.
See, yeah.
There we go.
I gotta get my Aaron Rodgers jersey. Hey, it was Freddie Taylor. That was.
He was good too. Actually, it was
Freddie
actually,
Taylor.
They've had a number. Jags have definitely had a number the last.
And we've had good defenses, and we couldn't stop them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ran over his two Jones.
Yeah,
but ever since they wiped the terrible towel with their backside,
they've been terrible ever since.
So I don't know.
Tony Khan blows up all his old man's money up his nose, anyways.
Do we verse them this year? Who do we verse? Wait a minute.
We don't play Jacksonville.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
there's the schedule.
No, they're not there, are they? We are versing Dolphins though in week 15.
Now we got to play against Minka. Yeah. Ooh. He's going to be fucking fired up because he didn't want to leave Pittsburgh. From what I hear, I don't.
Now I'm looking at this schedule here, and I see Ireland. Mark, what's your go-to drink going to be over there? Because you're going to have to pace yourself.
Oh yeah.
Go
I'll have
too.
to. I'm gonna try a Guinness. I've only tried like I've had in my life. I've had like one taste of Guinness.
Uh-huh.
Like,
You
I
better
don't know if I
drink
like
one
it yet.
Guinness. You better drink one Guinness every 2 hours.
Well, make sure you have a good potty the next day. Like you're going to be in your hotel room because you're going to take a shit that looks like a floaty toy from the pool.
Yeah, like a little floating boat.
Yeah.
What Irish stew? A
It's-
Guinness and Irish stew. That's what you'll be eating.
Yeah, I've got to figure that out, eh? So all I really have now at the moment is my flights, and I've got.
I know
Boston
somebody that
flight.
actually is going. My boss's kid is in the service, and he's going. He got 3 tickets for like was it $1,500 or some goddamn thing?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a few. I don't know. I'm not a huge like that like I'm not stout that beer. I'm more of a lager, but I'll definitely have a crack and see how we go.
See if they have
Darwin was in
Iron
Europe for
City.
30 years. Quite a
Holy
few
heck.
Iron cities.
Darwin, you got to.
It-
Darwin's been. I think Darwin's been on here before, but make sure you subscribe and click notification. I had a lot of fun seeing your comments today. So
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
very
good.
he's a very smart. Well, I guess if you live in Europe, you've got to be educated on what you're talking about. Because he knew his
Make sure you
Steelers
go to,
football, 'cause I was reading his comments.
Steelers Dynasty podcast as well on these guys' channel as well. I think you might
And
be
it
able
looks
to-
like he's having a good time. His picture, he looks like he's partying. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, yeah.
shades on, expensive shades.
I don't know. I feel like I'm Shane Gillis because I was watching Tires the other day. I just,
Have you seen that,
I-
Mark?
oh,
No, but I haven't. I've seen his stand up, but I'm going this month actually. I'm going to see the Mark Norman, like one of his mates. He's doing a special in Sydney, and the next
Oh.
day I'm going to see the Book of Mormon, which is the South Park production where they pretty
Wait.
much bag out the Mormons.
what'd you say? The Book of Mormon? The
Yeah.
Book
South
of Mormon.
The
It's-
South
it's-
Park
yeah.
edition?
Yeah.
It's musical. It's funny.
It's
as
meant to be
shit.
really good. My friend Ryan from Pittsburgh told me to go because he saw it twice in Pittsburgh in the theaters, and pretty much it's like a comedy thingo bagging out the Mormon religion. So I'm all about it. Like I'm just want to have a bit of a laugh. So see how we
Oh,
go.
you'll get a good laugh.
Yeah, I'm going down there for two nights. I got one night is Mark Norman, and the next night is that. So I'm gonna
Nice.
probably my stomach's gonna probably be hurting.
Is that
Um,
is that this week or next week?
In like 3 weeks time.
Oh, okay, so what do you before you
20
get out of here? What do we
26.
do? What do you do for the 4th? What do you guys do for
Nothing.
the 4th? Nothing.
Not
What
holiday.
do you mean? It's not our Independence Day. It's your Independence Day.
Well,
May-
I mean, you guys do fireworks, right?
I might watch Will Smith Independence Day.
May 15th. That's a big day for you guys, isn't it?
May 15th.
Yeah.
No.
No.
What holiday you have in May? Don't you have a holiday in May?
Boxing Day.
We have the Queen's birthday.
Ah,
King's birthday or something like that.
Ah, the
That's probably in
Queen.
June. Nah, but like we celebrate Australia Day, which is like 25th of January. That's when we founded Australia.
And
but
what does
not
that
like-
day
ah.
consist of?
Oh
Fireworks.
yeah. Well, it's a similar thing where the British came over and did what they did, all the bad things, and took over the
I'm getting
country.
scolded. I'm getting scolded. I'm like, hey, Mark, what are you doing for 4th of July? I'm kidding. People are like, Bob, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's not.
Well, today is Canada Day. I've actually celebrated Canadian Day in Canada. That was pretty fun.
Oh, what'd you do?
I just get drunk.
Oh, okay. Well, then every holiday's the same.
Pretty much. You just go have a barbecue. We talked about last week with a barbecue. Have a barbecue, have a few sherbets, and see how you go.
Yeah, I'm not doing too much. I'm not into fireworks anymore. I'm an old man. I just,
There you go.
yeah.
Fireworks just started a second go for Canada. You know what? I'm not that keen on it either because I'm a huge dog person.
You're
I
right.
know that they annoy the dogs,
Mhm.
and that like okay, planned fireworks for Sydney Harbour Bridge, fine, okay, fine, but random fucking fireworks at the back of my park here,
Right.
I'm just like that annoys me. Like, why are you
Yeah.
lighting a firework up at 2 a.m. You loser.
Because that's right. You're a fucking idiot. And they do that all around Western Pennsylvania. Like
Why?
because they're not too wrapped too tight. So they'll have their own fireworks come Thursday or Friday night. Everybody's going to be lighting stuff off. And then everybody, and at all hours of the night too.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
just
know, maybe I'm
ridiculous.
turning into an old man, but like we have fireworks down here for Christmas or New Year's Eve. It's like there's the 9 p.m. ones and the 12. I think they're a little bit overrated, to be honest. I think they're more like a kid thing and they're fun to look at. But I'd rather than just not happen.
What are you guys doing?
Because...
Tying fireworks to your dog's tail? I mean, what's making them so sad?
Well, it's because they hear that cracking and they hate it.
I know.
I'm sure people would do that though, Shano. They definitely would do that.
Hey, why does Sniffles have a short tail? Did you get a crop? Nah, 4th of July.
Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you guys doing for 4th of July?
Nothing.
Big celebration?
Nothing. I'm not.
Bears going on down the road. I might go out in my back porch and try to see over the woods fireworks. That's about it.
I'm off Friday. There's nothing. I need to mow my grass. Like I said, my grass is like this high. I don't know. Maybe go see the Jurassic Park movie. Take my wife.
I might go to the drive-in to see the Jurassic Park movie. Yeah.
I don't like fireworks anymore because of my concussion, and the bright lights anymore mess me up. So
I shouldn't play this then.
No, I'm good.
You're gonna play that if you take a crap after.
Well, that's why I can't watch 3D movies either. Like, that's terrible.
Actually, I was watching. Wait, can you wait? I can hear myself twice.
That's you.
Is that me?
It was.
Hello.
Hello.
That was weird.
Oh, that's good.
I was watching.
That was the FBI listening.
Was that me echoing? That's so weird. I was watching the other night, right? And you can judge me all you want to, but don't care. I was watching that movie where the boat hit the iceberg.
The Titanic,
right? Right? Great movie. And in one part where he's down in the cellar, he's got his handcuffed, right? And by the way, I'm team Jack. There was fucking room on that door. Rose should let him on. There was so much
I have
room
never seen that movie.
You're joking.
No, I've
Great
never
movie.
watched that movie because if any woman was ever going to get me to watch Titanic, would have been the woman I married. But thank God, Tammy didn't like that movie, so I didn't have to deal with it. She's never seen
it either.
Nope, we've never watched it.
Oh my!
Because I know the ending. They hit the iceberg. I
know the ending, so I'm not going to watch it.
I know the ending, so why?
That's no excuse.
I
know the ending too. I know the ending too of many movies. I still watch the movie. You know, like Shawshank Redemption. I know the ending of that.
Oh, that's a good movie.
It's a good movie though, but I'm going to watch it.
That is a good movie. That is a good movie.
But as I was saying, right? Yes. Spoiler alert.
Jack should have said this to her. Like, listen here, you skank. You ate too much shit on the buffet. Now we can't fit on this thing, and I'm going to freeze my nuts off and sink to the bottom of the Atlantic. Thanks a lot, fat ass.
There was plenty of room on that fucking door.
And you know what movie, the boat movie I do like? The Poseidon Adventure, because the boat flips up and they're alive and they go through the...
Titanic flips up, but they don't. But they're not
alive.
They all
die. Most of them all die. But
okay.
in the Poseidon Adventure, they have like... They upside down, and they have like 8 actors that are big actors.
I can't believe you've never seen Titanic. It's like one of the staple movies out there in the movie genre. And you actually... How do you run a pop YouTube channel show and you've never seen fucking Titanic?
It's comic books, wrestling, and movies that I like, and that's not one of the movies that I like. You know what made me laugh? The Cannonball Run outtakes this week made me laugh. I love Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds. I love it.
I guess I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, you never saw Cannonball? Oh my God, you got to watch Cannonball Run.
Is that like back in the 80s or what?
He won't like it.
Well, yes.
Cannonball Run.
He probably won't understand it, but it's big. It's nostalgic.
When did that come out? What year did that come out?
I'd say
1981. I was dead back then.
You weren't even alive. But no, I know. But
that's funnier. Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, you think Smokey and the Bandit's better than Cannonball Run?
I think it's better. Burt Reynolds.
Oh, I think Cannonball Run's way better than Smokey and the Bandit.
Cannonball, I've never even heard of it in my life. Maybe Australia doesn't get those movies here.
Mike P, do you agree with me, Michael P? In the chat, number 1 for Cannonball Run, number 2 for.
I'm telling you, Cannonball Run was better than.
Settle it in the chat.
The other one goes all the way back to 1977, Smokey and the Bandit. Oh, geez,
Smokey and the Bandit is more popular, but I think Cannonball Run was more funnier.
About
Well,
fucking
probably
time he
fine.
showed up, Sean. We were
He's
at
like, I thought it
8:15,
was
mate.
9:15.
We all need to gaslight Sean. It was actually planned for 8:15, mate. Not 9.
Yeah, see, Michael P says Cannonball Run. I got one for Cannonball Run.
Got one for Cannibal, one for Smokey. So after
I just love the outtakes. I love the outtakes, man. I think they're fucking funny.
Martin is funny.
I'm sorry I never saw Titanic.
Well,
I
that's
never
what I was
saw,
gonna say, right?
I never saw The Notebook either, so I'm never
What
watching
are
that
you
movie.
doing? Oh,
I don't want to see
softie.
that. No. No, Predator. They got a new Running Man coming. I mean, I've been watching The Walking Dead all day today on my day off. That's all I've been doing.
You know what? I used to watch The Walking Dead, and there was a certain time they got trapped in the prison, and then I fucking hated it. I got over it. I was like,
yeah, I kind of
they
stopped.
aren't doing anything more.
That was season 3.
Like
I reckon
I stopped.
they weren't spending any money to move around anymore. I was like, oh,
No.
they're just like they're trapped in a prison. Didn't like it.
Yeah, they met the governor, and then I was watching the episode where they finally met Negan. That was
Yeah, I watched it for about season 3, but I can't watch too many shows. I'm normally just
I watched all
watching
11
stuff.
seasons. I'm not into zombies.
There's 11?
11 seasons, yeah, and they have spin-off shows too.
Sean says stick to the damn schedule. No.
Yeah, season 5 was I got to pay for my kids' college. Season 7 is I got to buy a lake house.
Oh, I remember, but also though, there were 17 million people watching that at one time on a Sunday night. It was huge.
Walking Dead?
Yeah, it was huge.
Hit the bed.
Is that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that. It's somewhat. Do Americans want the Walking Dead to happen in real life so you guys can go out there and start shooting people?
Well, no, because they're slow. If they're like World War Z, I'm fucking dead because those zombies are gonna fucking.
Nah,
kill
you
me.
want slow zombies. You don't want fast zombies.
I don't want fast zombies. I can't get out the door quick enough.
I don't want any zombies. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I want slow zombies. but most of the fucking people that are actors for The Walking Dead are all foreigners. They're all British.
No, wasn't Heinz Ward a
He was a zombie.
Yeah.
He's a
You
fat
had to
dog.
pick him out. You had to pick him out on the fence. You really.
I
had a lot
reckon
of
if
good
you
makeup.
ever get in trouble, like all the guns I saw at Shane's house, that'd be the base. So you'd have a big M60 somewhere, big tank out the back. You know, the kids would be on the motorbikes and just shooting everyone.
I'd
Like,
lose a
it'd be
lot of
some-
weight. I'd be losing a lot of weight because during an apocalypse.
Bob Pizza would be shut down. You'd lose weight right there.
I know Bob's
Bubba,
Pizza.
are you more of a? Would you be more of like a weapon, like a shotgun or like a gun weapon?
Oh, I
or would
love-
you be
oh,
more
I
like
love
a baseball bat.
No, I love give
Melee.
me a shotgun. Give me a riot. Oh, I love a riot police officer shotgun.
But you wouldn't have like a melee weapon, like a baseball bat or something like that. You know that one chick has a samurai sword.
Yeah, well, I'd have like a big giant. You don't want nothing heavy because you don't want to tire yourself out killing him. I could do a machete because I used to work at Musser's doing Christmas. Well, he's got a hatchet, so
A hatchet.
laying around and shit. You gotta.
So wait, so Shane would be the hatchet, and what else would you have, like a gun too, Shane, or would you just have a hatchet?
This is my toilet weapon. If I'm taking a shit, this is what I'm after with because I can still kind of wipe and
Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh fucking hell! How did we go from Titanic to
Oh.
zombies like that?
On a lighter note, what I did have in Iraq, some guys had little hatchets and shit. I just had an axe handle that was like that long. That was
Oh, that'd be. Oh, you could. Oh, okay.
handle, and it
Like a
was like
fireman axe?
no, it's just an axe handle. It's an extra axe handle for a kit we had for other stuff, and I just put it in my rock and I just carried it around.
What's those things, Shane, with the MPs have and the state cops, and they
Oh,
flick
they're axe. Yeah, I've had
Oh,
axe before, but I never to have one down
Dang.
range.
Oh, the nightstick, the little.
Yeah, I had
you
Bat-
blow it out.
Yeah, but I think with zombies, you gotta have something where it cuts their head off, right? You need something like that.
You got to. Well, that.
I reckon a solid baseball bat would do the job too. If they're zombies, if they're like zombies, are they like is their flesh all soft and stuff like that too because they're dead?
Well, if they decompose after many years, like with Negan's bat was laced with barbed wire, so that
But
was
then
actually.
wouldn't they get trapped? It would like catch them.
Well, he'd have to. He was cleaning it off when he killed everybody, but he'd clean it off. But now it's his bat now is electric. It has upgrades now on this on the spinoff.
Here's a Steeler question to tie it back together. This machete. Who's one Steeler you take with you on the zombie apocalypse? Who's one Steeler right now?
Oh, right now.
Yeah. Oh, current Steeler will do that. Then we'll do the other Steelers too. Like he's your buddy. He's like your guy next to you. Like he's like a TV show. Like he's two buddies together run around fucking Pittsburgh.
None of them.
None.
No.
There's not one Steeler you take with you to be your buddy.
No, I don't want to be any of their buddies. That'd be funny.
I would take Jaylen Warren because he's faster. He's fast.
Yeah, then you'll be the slow guy. That's what
No,
I'm
but also too, if Jaylen Warren had to like go into another room and turn the power on or something, he could do that because he's fast. Where I'm slow, and I would wait for him. I'd let him go in first, let him run, turn the lights on, and then I'd come or open the garage door or whatever.
The answer for me is Cam. I reckon Cameron Haywood with a fucking machete or like a fucking chainsaw. He'd be the guy to be tagged.
But then he'd eat all your food and you're fucked.
That's true. That's true. He's a big man. Or maybe I take me and Cameron Johnson, two Aussies. You know, me and Bill Burr out there.
Understand what the hell he's saying too.
Well, I can understand him.
I know. I hope the hell so.
Debo is the easy answer. Yeah, he's scary.
Debo.
Oh yeah,
James Debo Harrison. Oh,
he's still a beast, man. He's still like just lifting weights and just.
You reckon he can still play?
I think so. I think he can play like a couple series. He can't play like he could back in the day, but he could. He's good for one or two plays. Whether that's 100%.
Yeah, he's so strong.
Yeah, because he would just take that those tackles and just fucking chuck them underneath. He's still super strong. You know.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't even know how old he is. He like 40.
Yeah, he's old though.
42.
Because he was in that TV show about the wrestling.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
But then he didn't.
47.
He's 47 years old.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Wow, I didn't know that either. Wow.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Yeah, he's in better shape than me.
Yeah, Hills. I saw that episode. That was a good show.
Yeah, he wasn't in the third season. He was in the second and first two, but he wasn't in the last season. I don't know why they didn't sign him.
Something to do with it was COVID complications or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Take the jab or whatever. I think it's something like that.
Oh.
I don't know if he's coming back, but he's actually quite a good actor in that series too.
Yeah, they left it. They left the one brother paralyzed in the ring, and that was the end of the show. So nobody knows.
Is that a real thing? Is that truth?
No. Well, no, it's just TV. The TV. The last show was.
Oh, so
they were wrestling.
Okay.
No, they were wrestling, and he did a move he wasn't supposed to do, and his dad told him never to do this move, and he did it, and he paralyzed himself. So he was just sitting there.
Maybe you should do that, Bob. Maybe with your wrestling.
Oh fuck no! He was doing some. Well, we are doing a documentary. I got a couple guys doing some documentary stuff. They were there at the show. They were filming and stuff, and trying to get a logistics on independent wrestling. But I'm all podcasted. I just want to do podcasting and sit here and just talk. But I don't want to watch Titanic, but I do want to talk. And Cannonball Run, and I'm ready for the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl. Like that's.
I think I'm ready too. I think after the conversation of the first 20 minutes with Shane talking about secondary getting better, and we all love Minka. Minka was a great Steeler for sure, and we wish him luck. Nothing wrong.
Nobody's seen that coming. If you'd have said, "Hey, Baba, we're trading Minka,"
the biggest
Monday morning, I'd have been like, "You're crazy."
The biggest downside for not having Minka is you have a huge vacuum of leadership in there. Cam's not super outspoken. Fitzpatrick was. He would tell you.
Yeah, and he took care of business with all the young rooks. Like he would fight with Claypool and fight with guys, and put him in line. You don't. It was kind of like don't f with Minka. I think was the stuff I read about and saw.
Yeah.
Afton says has that chance. I think it's definitely increased.
I
think
think
we have
our,
a good chance.
I think our playoffs chances are highly
Okay,
increased
Good point.
due to number 8.
Yeah.
I think that's a safety thing because, my kid has no problem telling grown people that they suck at stuff like me. He says, I can't mow grass straight. My lines aren't straight. He tells kids to shut up while they're
But it's good to have outspoken people who would, if you're mucking about and doing stupid things, someone's got to put you in line, put you in check.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to watch how you do that because coming from me, when I say something, I take a little sabbatical, and they don't like what I got to say. So, yeah, I have to watch what I say. Now I'm just a shell of my former self. I really don't do anything anymore.
If you're a player in the Steelers and Cameron Hayward, you're a rookie, and Cam says, "Hey, don't do that," you go,
"You better not do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
I won't do it again, sir."
Well, it's different too because if the other Steelers that are currently on the team listen to him, and the new guy comes in, they look around and say, "Oh, they're listening to him." They just step in line. That's just human dynamics. It's just the way things work. So, man, we're killing it. An hour and 16 minutes, and
yeah, you guys want to get out of here or want to keep going?
We can keep going.
I'm getting prepped up for my 24-hour show on August 10th.
August. Is that what you're doing? August 10th?
Second.
Yeah, because of the preseason game is still. I thought it'd be best to try and at least watch something. So Steelers versus Jags is August 10th, and I'll be watching the game, and then I'll be going live for 24 hours, doing two sets of 12-hour streams, and then calling it. So
is this going to be? Is this going to be August 10th? You said.
Yeah, like in America, August 10th.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is your Sunday? Wait. Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Nah, shit.
No, August 9th? Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. August 9th. Yeah, sorry, my August 10th. I think. I can't remember. It's a preseason game, whenever that is.
That's Saturday.
Yeah, Steelers versus Jags is the first preseason game. I think we're going to have, it's going to be fun to watch.
All right.
If you need us to tag in, we can help you out.
100% I'll need to tag in. I'm just going to do this.
Hey, and here we go.
Shit. He'll be back in 40 minutes.
You guys can hold it down when I'm sleeping.
Oh, that'd be well. I got 7 hours, man. I went 7 hours without taking a piss, so I was good.
Yeah, that. I think your balls would explode, to be honest. That's
probably
the next time. Maybe don't do that.
I'll try.
I know how you did that.
I was. Oh, by the way, did I tell you guys we've got stereo. We got a sound system for the. I mean, I bought it for wrestling, but we do have a sound system for the draft thing. I got speakers. I got mics.
I've still got to figure out how to get a fucking hotel room. I've given up because it's too expensive.
Well, I bet.
So I might be staying in your house, Shane.
Yeah,
Airbnb.
No, I have that set up upstairs. I have
this fucking whole downstairs is fuck. I went to Hayden's graduation party. They had food on every level.
Yeah.
As soon as you came in, you went outside, went downstairs. At it's Hayden's graduation party. Shane's house. There was food everywhere.
At Shane's house, like a hotel.
My family throwing parties, but yeah, this one wasn't catered. Well, there was some catering. The meatballs. Meatballs were really good, weren't they, Bubba?
Yeah. So was the rigatonis.
Yeah. I did the rigatonis. I had a chef do the meatballs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I've looked into some hotels and stuff like that. Anywhere in Pittsburgh, inside like the main part, hotels are $1,000 a night. I'm not paying $1,000 a night. That's fucking terrible, right? On the outside, or like a few Ks away, it's about $350 a night or $200 a night. So Pittsburgh is just like gone insane. Like there should be laws about this shit, but it's not. It's like, by the way, here's an event on.
What are they in like Butler and Indiana?
I don't know, but there's a bed and breakfast in Slippery Rock, which is like 10 miles north of me, and they still want like they want like $240 a night.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I might have to
in a
crash at
bedroom
yours,
that was
Shane,
built
and
in
I'll
the house was
I'll
built
make,
in 1840. So it's like
They got no electricity.
you got a wash bin. You got a wash bin to wash your face.
Then you got an outhouse. Take a piss.
Wait, if I'm over there in April, Ray, is that warmer? Is
April,
No.
it'll be about what it is there now for you, 50 degrees.
Yeah,
No,
so it's cold. It'll be cold for him because it's 50 over in Australia. He's got a toboggan. It's cold as shit. 50 degrees over here is fucking fall football weather.
But April 26th, it could be 50 degrees. It could be 75.
Could be snowing. Could be snowing.
Could be snowing. You don't know. It could be any of that.
Yeah, I've really lined them up to be really difficult because I lined up the Irons adventure and then the Pittsburgh adventure that's back to back.
You're just going to be Johnny Appleseed, just traveling all over the world.
Oh, we'll see.
2025 is the year of traveling.
I got some new couch, a huge couch in the basement that folds out, like 8 people can sleep on it.
That's right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I was looking.
You can have.
I was looking at hotels, right, and then I just gave up because it's just too stressful. So fucking stressful. I don't know how Pittsburgh's going to get like what 700,000 people there.
I don't know where they're going to put them. They're going to be hotels the whole way up in Brookville, Pennsylvania, Punxsutawney, like an hour past me, where people are going to be, because there's a Marriott in Indiana that's probably already booked.
Yeah, I gave up. I was like,
Best Western or whatever the hell it's called now. There's 3 hotels.
Yeah, because we're going to host a party, and I do want to try and get down to the downtown at least once. But we're going to host a party for the draft. But yeah, it's going to be fun, but I think it's going to be super crazy as well because the hotel price was insane.
We need to set up on one of these StreamYards but not go live. I'll just show you a couple spots so we can pick. We can do the same place each night or do different spots, whatever you want to do.
Anywhere there's some pizza and some burgers.
Pizza and burgers.
Yeah, and we'll be good to go. But it's going to be a fun season, man. We're 1 month away from training camp. You guys are going to go.
Actually, we're actually 20. Well, what's tomorrow? July 1st. 23 days.
Well, I often ask about a camper. There's a campsite up here, not far from. You could rent it, and it's pretty nice.
Well, I'm actually going to, because what I'm going to go over, I'm going to go for a week in Pittsburgh, I think, or 5 days or whatever.
Oh, today is Jesus Christ! I'm a day behind.
Then I've got my mate's getting married in Canada, right?
Shit.
So I'm going, rather than come home to Australia, I plan to just go from Pittsburgh to Toronto to then BC, because it's so far. Like I fucking hate that I live so far away.
So why are you going to Toronto to BC? You can't go from
my other mate. I got another mate who lives near Toronto, so I thought I'd go that way first and then back.
Because Toronto's about a 10-hour drive from Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Yeah, because if I fly back from Pittsburgh, because I want to go to the draft, and he's getting married May 17th, and I'm like, well, the draft is 26. There's no point going back to Australia and then Australia to Canada. It's fucking dumb. So I got to figure that out. By that time, I got to get a lot.
You need to get a lot of bread. You need a lot of bread because you fucking break off bread, so you know where you're going. Fucking bread trail.
Otherwise, I'm getting my way back home.
So, yeah, that's right. So you don't get lost.
Can't get lost. Yeah, it's like that at the moment because Pittsburgh's going to Ireland. I can't miss that. I have to be there. And then I don't know, dude. It's just trying to save money. I've just got at least one game. It's so hard to live here and travel to America. It takes fucking 24 hours.
I know. You
guys come in one day.
Oh man. I don't know what kind of airplane's gonna hold me because I need an extra big seat.
I know how you can get some extra money and maybe get to the US all in one thing. Ready? Have you seen the show 30 Day Fiance?
Oh my God.
Like, you just find some real nasty American girl, like with a hump on her back, being like, well, I think Mark really likes me. And you just pretend to come over here. And then you go on the show. I'm like, her feet smell like like bounce dryer sheets. I don't like that.
So
Yes,
stay
we are
with her.
still trying.
So
Garth.
stay
We
with
are
her in
still
Pittsburgh for 30 days.
Yeah, then they
And
give
then-
you a little bit of money for being on the show.
trying. Yep.
It pushes the algorithm up for your celebrity status.
Yeah.
You know.
You'd be
Jeez.
certified. You'd have your certified little blue icon.
They'd find out though if I used her like that.
He likes the Steelers more than he likes me.
Carter says, are we planning to this? We are. We're still planning.
Yes.
We're still,
Yes,
yeah.
we are.
Yeah,
just got to get things
that's
working.
what we're talking about. So draft party. What we're gonna do is one day, Mark's gonna go down to Pittsburgh, check out the scenery, but we're gonna broadcast maybe 2 nights in a row from this location. And it's
Yeah, I'm taking off for. I'm taking off.
we're kicking around the Ben Franklin tap room
Oh wow.
up towards Newcastle, between Newcastle and Butler. It's just north of Pittsburgh.
That's
It's
still our idea. That's still the idea. We're going to go there.
I don't know. I mean, if you guys, what I want to do is I want to check out a couple other places, and
Okay.
talk with some folks, and see what you guys say, what you think.
All right. We'll figure it out. But the big idea is you have a big draft party in a bar, get all the podcasts on, and just meet everyone and have a good time. And I think it's what from this point now, really to the draft is going to be so exciting, especially if we have a playoff run too. We have like a 1-2, 2 weeks we can win one and go to the divisional game.
If we win one, I wouldn't know how to fuck to act because I haven't seen a fucking playoff victory in such a long time. I wouldn't know. I was in my goddamn. I think I was in my 40s when that happened. Christ, I'm gonna be 54.
Sean, we mentioned Heinz Ward. We said Heinz Ward before. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be, I think, from now into all our channels are doing really well. We're doing podcasts every week. Things are heating up. From this news now, I think it's going to start to heat up in the training camp. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like, football talks coming around the corner. You guys are doing really well on your podcast too. And we'll get there and watch parties. And yeah, we're just planning for planning for the draft. Nick, I don't want to rush the draft, right? Because the fucking season's over.
No. Let's just take it slow. Like, let's get the training camp and just like, it's like soup, and you take, maybe you don't even eat soup, Mark. I don't know. But you take soup and you blow on it a little bit and then you take a spoon and then you wait a bit. Then they take a spoon. That's what I want training camp to be, like a slow kind of ordeal.
Definitely. We do try and rush things a bit too far. Like Steelers can't play this year. They're gonna go 4-13.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Watching that.
I don't. Yeah, like those people. Shut the fuck up. Like who wants to? I personally don't like to see them lose anyway because it makes me angry. And then I'm older. I have to calm down and take medication probably to fucking calm because back in the day I'd pull trees out of their roots when the Steelers would lose. Like it was. I hated it. Like it ruined my whole week. Like I'm not kidding. I remember that day. That day I was praying. It was 4th and 2 in the AFC Championship game against the Chargers. Neil O'Donnell back to pass, 4th and 2. I'm on my fucking hands and knees praying. And he threw an incomplete pass. It was incomplete. I fucking cried. I was going to Super Bowl with my grandfather. I went outside. Fucking, they had a ranch thing. I broke that. And then somebody had the audacity to show up to the fucking bar in a goddamn Chargers jersey right after we lost. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was seriously gonna go crazy. And then Joey Fry's like, Bubba, calm down. We'll go golfing. Golfing? I never golfed a day in my fucking life. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, Joe. That's all I got.
We need the Steelers to win because I want to see.
Yes,
Bubba.
Well, when we lost to the Packers, I had to work, and I called the fan and I said I blame myself because I had to work that day. I couldn't get off. That's why we lost.
Yeah, it is. It's an ugly feeling when your team eventually is kicked out. Right, it's bad.
Yeah.
But we are going to have a lot of fun. All right, let's end it there, guys. It's an hour and 30 minutes in. Thank you to everyone on.
Thanks, everybody.
Dynasty Podcast and Steelers Nation.
Australia. We'll be talking tomorrow about some stuff.
Oh, you guys will find something.
Oh yeah. We're gonna turn over every rock tomorrow.
Maybe you can watch Titanic and talk about that.
No, nope. I already know the ending. Stinks,
Well, it's based on a true story, so
I know. Well, yeah. Rose.
Oh, Rose, what a class lady she is. She had no room for Jack. Team Jack, I am.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What a hussy.
Alrighty, Pepper says thank you for hanging out at the University of HDU today and Steelers Dynasty podcast tonight. Like and subscribe to both if you haven't already. Y'all, hooly dooly, and let's get out of here. Great show. It was fun. I'm keen on this team. I'm keen to see the guys.
Are you gonna buy an Aaron Rodgers jersey like myself? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
I will if you get you get a 2-for-1 deal, or like 20%.
I'll try.
If you get 20%.
Okay,
No?
well, I'll try. Maybe
Maybe you can ship me one that's like $10 jersey or something like
I got to get Alan, the tech maker, to make me one, and then I'll be good. But
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be wearing Rodgers jersey.
I have to, because I said that in that hot take. So when I say something, I got to go do it. So
yeah, I want to see it then. If you're doing the watch parties, I want to see you wearing a Rodgers jersey at number 8.
Yep.
I'm going to wear a Maddox jersey instead. All right. See you guys tomorrow on your show, Steelers Dynasty podcast at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
See you later.
Sharp.
See ya.
I'll see you guys later.
Hey, Road.
Put the light. Left the light on. See you later. Bye.